So I'm an international medical graduate who came to Australia, actually partly because I was a medical student and had a wonderful opportunity with RFDS in Alice Springs, and partly because I had family here. And I came for a year, and I've done what many do and stay, probably because it was such a warm medical world. First name terms, which was something I wasn't used to from the British background. But I'm so grateful to Australia for the opportunities that I've had to work in tertiary hospitals in Sydney and then in the Northern Territory, and then returned to closer to family in New South Wales as an area of need doctor, and then eventually jumping through all those hoops and being accepted for general practice training. I chose Mudgee because I wanted to be a rural GP. I loved obstetrics, I loved emergency work, and so I chose to train in the Central West and in Broken Hill, so in Mudgee and Broken Hill. And I'm grateful, so grateful for the experiences I had in both those locations. And then I returned closer to the Central West to family. By that time, I had met a country boy that had moved to the city who came back, and we ended up being on the farm where he grew up, and our children have grown up there. So it's been a wonderful journey, but I know that I'm really committed to making it easier. Some of the tough patches I've had, perhaps more since fellowing and being independent in solo practice and working as a GP VMO, I think I really want to support other doctors. I don't believe it's true that doctors don't want to work in rural and remote and practices. But I think GPSA is a wonderful organization that brings people together. And if I were to serve on the board, it would be a great honor, not only to be working with GPSA, but working closely with the other board members. I think they're developing a wonderful network that is very positive for the future of general practice. So I think engaging medical students or pre-vocational learners, the practices, I'm particularly keen to support practice managers and practice nurses, and also rural and remote nurses that we work with closely. Without those strong, wholesome relationships and without them being well trained and supported, rural doctors can't do their work. Everything's harder, and city and metro, we need well-trained practice managers and nurses. I'm very passionate about RVTS. It's an organization that supports remote supervision, and I have been a supervisor with them for a number of years. And I'm also the current medical educator for supervisors, which is a great honor. I love working with supervisors all across Australia. I love our little phone calls and friendships and emails. And then with RVTS, we get together twice a year at workshops. So they're a wonderful opportunity. I'm also registered with RACGP and ACRIM as a remote supervisor. So that's what I would like to bring, my passion, enthusiasm, and willingness to give some time. I'm in a position where I can commit more time to these areas. Yeah, so I would be very happy to give back to all that I've received as an international medical graduate in Australia. I'm very grateful to rural and remote and AMS communities for having me. And I do want to give back